friends, in this video today I am going to explain merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Last video I explained the salient features of Mendeleev's periodic table. In this video I am explaining the merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. First point is that systematic classification. Mendeleev was the first scientist who arranged and classified the elements into periods and groups. When he arranged the elements in periods and groups, it is arranged in such a manner, however, the elements having similar properties are in one vertical column, or we can say they are in one group. For example, the group number 1, those elements are there, they are showing similar properties. Group number 5, all have thus almost similar properties. But while Mendeleev arranged the elements, in some places he mentioned the elements of more atomic mass before the elements of less atomic mass. For example, you can see here cobalt and nickel. Cobalt atomic mass 58.93, whereas nickel is 58.7. Cobalt came before the nickel. According to the law, the elements should be written according to the increasing order of their atomic masses. But in this case, what he did, he wrote cobalt before the nickel. The atomic mass of cobalt is little more than nickel, but instead of that he wrote earlier. The fact is that the properties of cobalt is similar with the rhodium, similar with the iridium. At the same time, the nickel properties similar with all these elements like platinum, those are in this column. At the same time, you can see in another place here tellurium and iodine. The atomic mass of tellurium is 127.6. It is more than iodine, which one is 126.9. But he mentioned tellurium before the iodine because the properties of tellurium similar with the oxygen, sulfur, selenium. At the same time, the properties of iodine almost similar with the fluorine, chlorine, bromine. For that purposes, some cases he wrote the elements of more atomic mass before the elements of less atomic mass. So this is about the systematic classification of elements. So Newton was the first scientist who got the success to arrange the elements according to the increasing order of the atomic masses. As a result, the elements having similar properties comes in one vertical column. So due to Mendeleev, it was the first success to study the properties of elements systematically with the help of arrangement in periods and groups. Second merit, important point is correction of doubtful atomic masses. Second one is the correction of doubtful atomic masses. So, when Mendeleev arranged the elements in a periodic table with the help of horizontal rows and vertical columns. That time, by studying the properties of the elements and also the position in the periodic table, he corrected atomic masses of some elements. For example, beryllium, its atomic mass equal to equivalent mass into valency. So, the equivalent mass of beryllium was 4.5 and its valency, that time we knew 3, that means 13.5. If its atomic mass is 13.5, it should come between carbon and nitrogen, because carbon atomic mass is 12, nitrogen atomic mass is 14. So 13.5 should come between carbon and nitrogen, but he corrected it. Actually, there is no space left between carbon and nitrogen. In fact, he assigned the valency of beryllium as 2. So if it is 2, 4.5 into 2, this is equal to 9. That means beryllium position is between lithium and boron, because its value is 9. It comes between lithium and beryllium. So like this manner, he also corrected the atomic mass of some elements including gold. So this is one of the merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Third important merit is prediction of new elements, or you can say prediction of discovery of new elements. The important fact, when Mendeleev arranged the periodic table, he left some gap between the elements, and he said that one day these elements will be discovered. Not only he predicted the elements by studying the properties of the neighbor elements, he also predicted the properties of the upcoming elements. Those elements one day will be discovered. So, one thing what he did, he used one prefix eka. In Sanskrit, eka means 1. So he predicted 3 elements. One is eco-boron, one is eco-aluminium, one is eco-silicon. 3 elements he predicted, and all these 3 elements before he used one prefix, that is eka. In Sanskrit its meaning is 1. So eco-boron, eco-aluminium and eco-silicon. Later these 3 elements were discovered and its name was given scandium, gallium and germanium. In fact, suppose eco aluminium, he predicted its atomic mass is 68. Afterwards, it was found that 69.7, which is approximately equal. Not only he predicted the atomic mass, he predicted its compound with the chlorine, its compound with oxygen. For example, with chlorine, he predicted it is Cl3, eco aluminium Cl3. Later, we wrote that GaCl3. That means his prediction regarding the compounds of chlorine also became correct. At the same time, he proposed also its oxygen compounds like O3. After that, we found this is GaO3. That means his prediction was almost correct. That's why I said that Mendeleev was not an ordinary scientist, not simply a scientist, he was like a prophet. Next one, the fourth merits of his periodic table is the isotopes. When Mendeleev arranged the elements in periods and groups, that time the isotopes were not discovered. Okay, so later it was discovered, but afterwards when we developed the modern periodic table, that time we considered atomic number, so there is no need to arrange the elements according to their isotopes. Okay, this matter we will detail discuss in its demerits. Now the fourth important point is that position of inert gases. So when Mendeleev prepared the periodic table, that time inert gases were not discovered. One of the main reasons of not discovery is that these elements are least reactive and their availability is very less. That's why perhaps these elements were not discovered. But later, when inert gases were discovered, we arranged them separately in a group. It did not disturb the Mendeleev's periodic table. So we can consider this is also one of the merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. I hope that you understood well. So in the next video, I shall explain about the demerits.